Hey guys, this is Nick from ForexNoobs.com with my midday analysis. Just a quick notification before the analysis. Right now, the Forex Mastermind course is open for enrollment for a few days. Visit the link below this video to check out the course. So before I start the analysis, I want to explain how it works so you can actually use it in your trading. On most Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, I hold a live analysis session for my Forex Mastermind students. These sessions are recorded and posted to YouTube. I say most because some days I'm busy and other days I'm not trading, and I have a rule: when I'm not trading, I do not post analysis. In the analysis, I look for price action reversal setups on around 10 to 20 pairs that I'm currently trading. I check every time frame for every pair, taking a systematic approach to doing analysis. Personally, I do this analysis several times per day, but only the midday session is recorded as most setups are spotted then. So what are setups? A reversal setup occurs when price stalls at an area of support resistance and a transition of power occurs, from buyers to sellers or from sellers to buyers. I wait for price to approach these areas and spot potential setups. But these setups are not actual trades. When I share a setup on this analysis, it doesn't mean I'm entering the trade right away. Setups are just setups, and many setups do not trigger, so they never actually become trades. But some of them do, of course, and some of them become trades. To understand this, you have to know a little bit about my strategy, which I share for free on forexfornoobs.com, and there's a link to the strategy also below. I use 4 different tags in the name of these analysis videos. The tags are in brackets at the end of the name. It's important to know these tags just so you understand what is in the video. So if you see no setups, that means there are no setups today, obviously. If you see upcoming setups on, that means there are no setups, but I have spotted some very strong support resistance areas, which may lead to setups later in the day. So that could be anywhere between a few hours to a whole day. And if it's tagged with setups on, that means there are setups today, and I'm sharing potential trades in the video itself. So let's get started with the analysis. Oh, the recording started. I'm in so much pain today. I did my first Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu class yesterday, which basically involved choking my friend and him choking me, like on a mat. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, look it up if you don't know what it is. And my friend's weighs quite a bit. He's a bulky guy, and I had to like swing him around on the floor, like throw him around on the floor, and now like every muscle in my body is aching like crazy. So if you hear me, I don't know if grunt is the right word, grunt in pain every now and then. That is why, because I can't move without hurting somewhere. So anyway, getting back on subject. Today is Thursday, the 8th of June, 2017. Time is 13:07 here in the UK. You're looking at a CAD JPY daily chart. In today's analysis, we are going to be looking through all these pairs. I'm going to be looking for reversal trades. Now, this is, for those of you watching on YouTube, this is a live session. It is in a chat room. Unfortunately, you guys can't see the chat, so I'm going to have to read out the questions. I'm looking for a better solution to this. Might happen soon. I don't know. Anyway, let's get started. All right, so what's going on with CAD JPY daily? This is interesting. We were looking at this yesterday for a potential long trade, and then all of a sudden, things just went crazy. So this was a nice little indecision candle, something like that. Then all of a sudden it spiked down, spiked up, and now we got this big indecision candle. And I hate these big indecision candles because it requires you to have a your entry point further away. So unless we want to do a retrace entry, but based on the rules of my strategy, I want to enter when price makes a new high. New high is important because it tells me that buyers are in control, because, you know, it's in a buyer's nature to make higher highs and higher lows. That's what buyers are doing. They are creating higher highs and higher lows. As they buy, price pushes up. So this is now the entry. Yesterday, if I recall, the entry was closer to down here. So with our entry further away, makes our stop loss bigger, which means our target now needs to be bigger. So this trade is still somewhat valid, but it's just changed so much since yesterday. Yesterday we were looking more at something like this. It was a lot more palatable. So right now I'm thinking I'm not too interested in entering this, to be honest, but I might do so anyway. It's a bit of a tough decision to make. It's about to trigger. Well, it's been about to trigger for a while now. If I enter it, it's probably going to be something like this. Probably something like this, but I'm probably not going to enter it, guys. I have to be honest. I just don't like the numbers anymore. Yesterday, the risk-reward ratio was nice. Today, it's not that good. Now, this doesn't mean that you shouldn't enter. You know, we all have to define our own level of risk. My risk appetite is pretty low. I don't like risk, but I have the benefit that I am sitting on a large account size, so I don't have to take as many trades as someone with a smaller account size to make enough profit to eat. So I can pass up opportunities that are kind of a bit too risky for my taste, and I can be fine because I could live theoretically off just a few trades per month. So we were talking a little bit about this yesterday, but I just wanted to get into this point a little more. Just because I say that this trade is for me too risky and I'm not going to take it, your definition of risk could be slightly different to mine. Your definition of too risky could be slightly different to mine. So this one might be okay for you. So don't just say, oh, Nick's not taking it, I'm not taking it. You have to take into account that I don't need to take every trade. You don't need to take every trade either. I'm just saying you need to take this into account. Does that make sense to everyone? Does everyone get where I'm coming from with this? All right, I'm getting a bunch of yeses. So for this specific trade, this is a valid trade setup. It is a valid trade setup. It's just a bit risky because of the numbers. You could put your stop loss here, but it will be a risky stop. If you want to put your stop in a safe spot, it's going to be here. It's going to give you a risk-reward ratio of 1.5 by the time it reaches the next resistance area. It's a somewhat risky trade, so decide if you think it's worth it for you personally. I'm probably not going to take it, but if I do take it, I'll update via the forum and I'll let you guys know, of course. All right, EuroJPY. What were we looking at yesterday, EuroJPY? I can't remember. I think we were looking for it potentially to drop down to here and reverse. It looks like it's done that, but it wasn't really a viable setup. So nothing much going on EuroJPY. New Zealand USD, now this is one I wanted to talk about. This one's interesting. I'm still very, very tempted to enter this one. So New Zealand USD has been, basically yesterday, we were looking at this candle and I was hoping that this candle would close well and then we could enter a short trade if it broke below. But that didn't happen. I mean, the candle closed nicely. This would have been a nice little indecision candle. I was tempted. I actually set up an entry order at around about the 71.80 or something like that. I wrote it down in the forum. 71.84 was where my entry order was. But it obviously never triggered. I mean, it tried to push down, but it just didn't quite manage it. It continued up. So what I'm going to do now is I've taken away that entry order I had, and I'm going to readjust based on possibly the daily candle close. We'll see how the daily candle goes. But I'm also watching it on the 12-hour. This current 12-hour candle is going to close at the same time as the daily candle, so it doesn't matter. But this trade's definitely been put off until Friday. So we're going to have to see how it plays out tomorrow. Now, with this, there are a few options. So yesterday, my entry order was entry order was that. Wait, let me just get my exact stop loss and stuff. I'll just recreate my order exactly as it was. Oh, my pending order, obviously. All right, so this was my pending order. This one was just a bit further down, something like that. Now, obviously, this wasn't my final target, but it was just a temporary target that I was going to put in. I might have adjusted that, might have pulled it down, depending on what happened. But what's important is the entry and the stop loss. So that was my entry and my stop loss yesterday. But as you can see, the trade never triggered. It continued up. So now there's a decision you have to make as a trader. Should I keep this trade in and just adjust my stop loss, pull it up to here? And then obviously you need to adjust your target in that case. And that would make sense if we're looking at the daily candle. See, on the daily candle, this is still pretty valid. But on the 12-hour candles, we can do this instead, right? Can do that. Now, this is going to give us a much better risk to reward ratio. Now, this 12-hour candle hasn't closed, but we're just imagining it closes like this, just for the purposes of this example. So if it closes roughly like this will give us a much better risk to reward ratio. This will be pretty awesome. But obviously, it's going to be much riskier than trading it from the daily candle more like this, because our stop loss, we have a, whatchamacallit? It's hard to explain this. Sorry, guys, because I have to keep switching between. So our stop loss remains pretty much the same, but our entry is up here now, right? So if our entry gets triggered and then it just doesn't go anywhere and it keeps going up, we're going to get into that trade and it's going to hit our stop loss. Whereas on the daily chart, our entry is all the way down here. So by the time sellers push all the way down to here and break the low of this daily candle, you know, that's more of a confirmation that sellers have taken control of price and that sellers are going to continue down to our target. But entering on the 12-hour on this candle, we're going to get a much earlier entry, so better risk to reward ratio. But sellers can pretty easily move down to there and then buyers can continue up. So this entry gives us a better risk to reward ratio, but it's obviously a much riskier entry. I'm probably just going to go with the daily candle, to be honest. But we're just going to wait and see how it closes. New Zealand USD is very much still on my radar. So it looks pretty exciting right now. So New Zealand USD, I'm pretty excited about that. Let me quickly read the chat. All right, no one's asked anything. Cool. All right, USD CHF. Yesterday we were looking at USD CHF for a potential continuation. It was far off from happening. What I wanted to see was price moving up to here in decision form and continuation. So this one is still on my radar. It's still looking it's still looking like it could happen. It hasn't quite moved up to there yet, so we're just gonna have to wait it out and see how that goes. All right, GBP New Zealand. GBP New Zealand heading into support. But yeah, there's nothing really much happening here. Plus, I don't really trade this pair. It was just brought up yesterday as a potential trade because it was coming into a strong support area. But yeah, it's not really coming to that support area. We'll keep an eye on it in case it falls into the support area and we get good indecision here. So let's just keep an eye on it and see what happens. GBP AUD, similar situation. We were looking for a potential quick reversal, but yeah, it just never really happened. Well, it happened on the 4-hour, but I wasn't really too interested in trading. That was too risky. Actually, on the 8-hour, it looks kind of okay-ish. Did anyone take this, by the way? I didn't enter this. I wasn't that bothered. Anyone? Tom is typing. I just didn't really like this. It was just not that good. All right, you saw the 4-hour but waited for a higher time frame. Fair enough. No one else is typing, so I'm going to assume no one's in this, so we can just skip over it. All right, Euro AUD. What's going on with Euro AUD? GBP USD. Yeah, nothing, nothing, nothing. AUD/USD, nothing. Looks pretty much the same as GBP/USD. Broken above resistance, but all of these, right? Even though I say there's nothing really that I would want to trade on these, keep in mind that these are sinking back into the support area. So we could get a continuation reversal. So even though there's nothing that's really clearly standing out right now, do keep an eye on GBP/USD and AUD/USD because they could fall back into this area and continue up. Even on the lower timeframes, this could happen. So keep an eye on them. We could get continuations from here. AUD/CAD has broken above resistance. It's just in between right now, so we can't really do too much with that. AUD/JPY broken above resistance. We can't do much here either. AUD/New Zealand started heading back down again. Euro/CAD, nothing much. Euro/GBP, nothing much. Yeah. Euro/New Zealand. All right, Euro/New Zealand's trending down pretty heavily still. It's been trending down for quite some time now. It doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. Do keep an eye on this support area when it eventually reaches there. It might stall there, but yeah, I'm not too. There's nothing that I would really want to trade on this right now. Euro/USD. Some of you are short on Euro/USD. Some of you I saw backed out of it. How's that? Is anyone still short on this? All right. Well, I was waiting for someone to type something, but it looks like no one's typing, so I'm guessing everyone's out of this. I mean, I can't blame you. It was stalling for ages. There's nothing really that we could do with Euro/USD right now. Alrighty, GBP/CAD. Yeah, nothing we can really do there. Nothing that stands out to me as interesting, I should say. GBP/CHF, it's pulling back up to resistance. We could get some continuation reversal going there maybe, but yeah, let's keep an eye on it. This one looks decent. I think it's like another. What were we watching? GBP/New Zealand, was it? Was it USD/CHF? USD/CHF, that was it. So they're very similar setups. USD/CHF's pushing back up to resistance. So is GBP/CHF. So yeah, let's keep an eye on it, just see how it plays out. You know, we could get a move like this. So it comes up, get indecision, and then it continues down. So yeah, it's worth keeping an eye on. Keep in mind the general election is today, so that could affect this. I mean, I'm not too bothered with today's election because, like I was saying yesterday, we already know who's going to win. So unless there's a huge surprise, I don't really see a crazy impact on the market. I mean, I could be totally wrong. Please do not trade recklessly because I'm saying that I don't think anything's going to happen. I don't want to be the reason for you to risk too much trading through the general election. I'm just saying, for me personally, in my opinion, I don't think we're going to see too much of an impact. So I'm willing to stay in the market if I open a trade through this election. Whoa. That is a nice looking indecision candle forming on resistance, part of a major downtrend. Now the question is, has GBP stopped trending down? Because I want to get in on that. That's nice. That's nice. Let's see how this closes, all right? The general election shouldn't even affect us here because this candle is going to be closed by the time that stuff's over. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure how fast the votes get counted here in the UK. I can't remember. But yeah, we do have some potential here. Let's keep a very close eye on GBP JPY. This is a continuation reversal short trade potential. I want to see how this current candle closes in 8 hours and 35 minutes. If this closes well, we could potentially get into a short trade here. So short potential reversal here looks really, really, really nice. All right, yeah, we were up to New Zealand CAD. All right, New Zealand is just trending up like crazy. It's been for a while now. There's nothing much that I'd want to trade there. All right, New Zealand JPY. Yeah, nothing much there. USD CAD is in between two support resistance areas, so there's not much potential here for a trade. Not following my strategy anyway. USD JPY is in between two support resistance areas, so again, nothing much here as per the rules of my strategy. CAD CHF, could say continuation, but nah, it's not good. Nothing going on here. All right, so let's summarize this thing. New Zealand USD, we still have potential for a short trade. We just need to wait and see what happens. 12-hour candle's looking quite nice, but I'm probably not going to trade based on that candle. I'm probably just going to wait for the daily candle. They're both going to close at the same time, so it doesn't really matter. But if I still take this trade, it's probably going to be based on the daily candles high and low, and not on the 12-hour candle. So it'd probably be something like this. USD CHF and GBP CHF, both of these, we're just looking for a continuation reversal. So we're looking for price to come up here and continue down. So that applies to both GBP CHF and USD CHF. GBP JPY, again, continuation reversal. This one looks quite good. It's looking really nice on the 12-hour. I'm very, very tempted to get into this one if it closes as it is right now. And obviously, we're going to need, before we enter, we're going to need sellers to push down and confirm they're in control of price. I'm not going to enter as soon as this closes. That would be way too early. I want this candle to close, and then I want sellers to push down a little bit. I want them to confirm they're in control of price. But there's plenty of room for a good risk to reward ratio on this one. Plenty of room. So even if we have a wide thing like that, we still have 1.5 there, but probably have a tighter stop, to be honest. So there is potential here. GBP JPY is looking quite nice. And was that the last one? Oh yeah, CAD JPY. CAD JPY, I'm probably going to skip this, but it's up to you guys if you want to take it. It looks like it's pushing up, so it looks like it's about to trigger, but to be fair, it's been looking like that for some time now. So yeah, keep an eye on it, see what you want to do. Oh look, it's going. It's just popped up above the rough entry level, although your entry would probably be a tad higher. Entry would probably be somewhere around there. So it hasn't quite hit the entry level yet, but just see what you guys want to do if you think it's a good idea to enter. Are there any questions, guys? Thanks for watching the analysis. I hope it was useful. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit the like button below. In case you missed it, Forex Mastermind, my online training course and forum, is now open for enrollment for a few days. Check it out by clicking the link below this video. Also, for instant notifications when I post analysis or other cool videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Once the setups I share in this analysis trigger, I post live updates as I manage the trade, such as my entry, exit, stop, and when to get out of the trade. For these updates, add me on Facebook or Twitter by clicking the buttons below. I'll see you in the next video.